Look! ChuChu, Cha-Cha, Chiku, and Chica are on their magical flying carpet, and they're off to the land of fairy tales. If you're ready for a fun ride, say Chi, Chu, Cha.
Chi, Chu, Cha!
And today, the magical carpet has brought ChuChu, Cha-Cha, Chiku, and Chica to a grand palace where there lived a beautiful young queen called Queen Catherine.
Wow! What a grand palace! And that must be the queen. She has a baby in her arms. But she looks scared and worried. We should go find out if she and the baby are okay.
What?
Sorry, Your Majesty. We didn't mean to frighten you. I'm ChuChu, and these are my friends Chiku, Chica, and Cha-Cha. We noticed you were looking worried, so we were wondering if you're okay.
Oh, thank you. I'm in a lot of trouble. The little man might take my baby away.
A little man's going to take your baby away? I'm afraid I don't understand, Your Majesty.
Let me tell you my story from the very beginning.
And so began the queen's story. Queen Catherine was born the daughter of a poor miller. Her mother had died when she was a baby. Her father worked hard all day to give her a good life. He had big plans for her.
That's enough, Father. Please rest now. Why do you work so hard?
To give you precious things like jewels and gowns. To see you live like a queen. But alas, all I seem to be able to give you is dry bread to eat and clothes as rough as sacks.
Oh, Father, I don't need precious things. I have Mother's necklace and her ring, and nothing can be more precious than these.
But I will see you become a queen no matter what I have to do for it.
And that day, the miller decided that his daughter would marry the king. A few days later, the miller heard that the king would be riding down a street close to the mill. He took Catherine by the hand and ran there.
Good day, Your Majesty.
Why do you stop me like this, old man?
To offer my daughter's hand in marriage to you, Your Majesty. She's a wonderful girl with a golden heart.
Old man, what will I do with a golden heart? I like gold. Can she give me gold? See? Gold, like this. As I was saying, can she give me gold?
Now the miller realized that the king was crazy about gold. And because he was desperate to see his daughter as a queen, he did something strange. He told a lie.
Yes, Your Majesty. My daughter can give you gold. In fact, she can make gold.
And out of what does she make gold?
Out of straw, Your Majesty. She can spin straw into gold.
Straw into gold? Real gold? So, as you were saying, she can turn straw into gold?
Yes, Your Majesty. Will you marry her?
Not so fast. I want to be sure that she can actually do that. Bring her to the palace tonight and let me put her to the test.
And with that, the king rode off.
Oh, Father, what have you done?
Have faith, daughter. I'm sure something will work out.
That night, When Catherine and her father arrived at the palace, the king led them to a small room full of straw. Catherine tried to tell the king the truth.
Your Majesty, I need to say something.
No need to say anything. Just show me the gold. Ooh, gold. Mwah, mwah. Don't just stand there. Get to work. And if by dawn the straw hasn't turned into gold, you and your father will be thrown in prison.
Having said that, the king locked Catherine in the room. She sat on the heap of straw and started crying.
What will I do now? There's no one in the world who can turn straw to gold.
But just then, something surprising happened.
Wrong. I can.
Who are you? What's your name?
Ha ha! That's a secret I'll never tell. But if you give me your necklace, I'll spin this straw into gold.
Yes, yes, you can have my necklace.
The little man started spinning, and lo and behold, by dawn, he had turned all the straw into shimmering gold.
This is unbelievable. I'm so grateful to you. Please, take this necklace, Mr. Won't you tell me your name?
I told you. That's a secret.
Then the little man left the way he had entered. Later, when the king came, he couldn't believe his eyes.
Gold! Gold! Mwah, mwah. Gold! This is good, but can you do it again?
The king was suspicious that this might be a trick, and so he decided to test Catherine again. This time, he took her to an even bigger room with even more straw. And when he left, once again, the little man showed up.
If you give me your ring, I'll help you.
And Catherine readily agreed. Again, the little man turned all the straw into gold and left. The king was overjoyed. But he decided to test Catherine one last time. So he took her to an even bigger room with even more straw.
This is your final test. If you turn straw into gold again, I'll make you my queen. If you don't, you and your father will be thrown in prison.
As soon as the king left, Catherine began to weep bitterly.
My necklace and my ring are gone, and now I don't have anything to give the little man. He won't help me.
But Catherine was in for a surprise.
There is something you can give me.
Tell me what it is, please.
You must promise me that you'll give your first child to me.
Catherine was so scared that she immediately agreed to the little man's deal.
Okay, I promise to give you my first child.
And so the little man turned all the straw into shimmering gold yet again.
Thank you, mister, and goodbye.
I'll see you soon, when your baby's born.
When the king came into the room that morning, he was convinced that Catherine had the power to turn straw into gold. And the very same day, he married her in a grand ceremony. A year passed, and the queen was blessed with a beautiful baby boy. She loved her child dearly, and she had completely forgotten about the promise she'd made to the little man. But the little man had not forgotten.
Hello, Queen. I've come to take the baby.
No, please. I can't live without my child. You can have all my gold and jewels, but please, I beg you, don't take my baby.
A deal's a deal. Now, give me the baby.
Is there anything else I can do instead, please?
All right. Guess my name and you may keep your baby. I'll visit you 3 nights in a row. And if by the 3rd night you can't guess my name, the baby is mine. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
For the next 2 days, the queen went around her kingdom, trying to learn as many names as she could. But that didn't help at all.
Is your name Hans? Charles? Timothy? Edward? Oliver?
You failed 2 times. Remember, tomorrow night is your last chance.
Oh, Your Majesty, that's why you're worried. Tonight's the last night. We must think of something. We can't let the little man take the baby away. Those tiny footprints. Your Majesty, is that the window that the little man climbs in and out of?
That's right.
That means those footprints are the little man's, which means... we follow them! Yes, they might lead us to his house, and maybe we'll find some clues there. Let's go! We've found where he lives, but how do we find out his name? Maybe he's written his name somewhere. Think, where do people usually write their names? I always write my name in my books. And I always write my name on my paintings. Brilliant! You see those books and paintings there? Let's go check them. Rumpelstiltskin! That's his name! Yay! Rumpelstiltskin!
ChuChu and her friends rushed to the palace and told the queen the little man's name. Just in the nick of time.
Hello, Rumpelstiltskin.
No one knows my name. How did you find out?
You will never know. That's my secret.
Rumpelstiltskin left the palace and was never seen again.
Thank you, ChuChu, Cha-Cha, Chiku, and Chica. You helped save my baby. I don't know what I'd have done without you.
We'd better be going now.
But please, visit me again.
We surely will! That was fun! Now to our next adventure in Fairy Tale Land!
If you want to go on another magical ride with ChuChu and friends, say Chi-Chu-Cha!
Chi-Chu-Cha!
And today the magical carpet has brought ChuChu, Cha-Cha, Chiku, and Chica to the grounds of a beautiful palace, where many things were made of pure gold.
Wow! What an amazing palace! A fountain made of gold? I can hardly believe my eyes. Ah! And look here! A tree made of gold! With golden apples, too.
Look there! Even that park bench is made out of gold.
Unbelievable! I'm sure whoever lives here is super rich and super happy.
Oh, I'm surely the most miserable person in the world.
Huh? That doesn't sound like a happy person. I wonder why he's sad. The crying's coming from there. Let's go see if we can help this person.
Let's go!
Forgive me, my dear. Forgive me.
He looks like the king of this palace. But why is he begging for forgiveness of a golden statue? Let's ask him what the problem is. Hello, King. I'm ChuChu. And these are ChuChu, ChuChu, and Chica. We noticed you crying in front of this golden statue, and we were wondering if there's something we can do to make you feel better.
Hello, ChuChu, Cha-Cha, Chiku, and Chica. Thank you for your concern. You seem like such kind children. I'm King Midas, and this is not a golden statue. It's my daughter, Madeline. It's because of my folly and greed that she's turned to gold.
But how did that happen, King?
It's a long story. Let me tell you my story right from the beginning.
And so began the story of King Midas and the Golden Touch. King Midas was a good king. All his people loved him. King Midas had everything a person could desire. A beautiful palace to live in, a great amount of wealth, and more precious than all these things, he had the love of his daughter, Madeline. King Midas loved his daughter with all his heart, and Madeline, too, adored her father. But the one thing King Midas didn't have was contentment. Even with so many riches, he still wished for more.
What's wrong, Father? Why do you look so worried?
I wish we had more gold, dear.
But don't you think we already have quite enough, Father?
No, my dear. There's no such thing as enough gold. I want more gold. Much, much more.
So great was King Midas's greed for gold that he was prepared to do anything to get more. One day, King Midas heard of a powerful wizard. It was said that the wizard had the power to grant wishes. And so, King Midas decided to pay the wizard a visit.
What brings you here, King Midas?
Wizard, I want you to grant me a wish. My wish is that everything I touch should turn into gold. Can you make this wish come true, please?
Why do you want more gold, King? Are you not content with what you already have?
No, I want more. I want to surround myself with gold. I want to sit on gold, walk on gold, lie on gold, have gold, gold, gold all around me.
And you think gold can bring you more happiness and love than you already have in your life?
Oh, yes, it definitely can.
I could very easily grant your wish, dear King. But I must warn you of some things. I think your wish comes from greed. I must warn you that a greedy wish can have serious consequences.
Ah, there can be no bad consequences of having more gold.
And I must also warn you that once granted, it is very difficult for me to reverse a wish. I hope you understand that.
I do. And why would I want to reverse a wish like that anyway?
The wizard kept trying to warn King Midas.
Think again, King. Be careful what you wish for.
And King Midas kept ignoring the warnings.
Oh, I'm very sure about this wish. Everything I touch should turn to gold.
Very well, then. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, you will have the power to turn anything you touch into gold.
Thank you very much, dear wizard.
The next morning, the king woke up excited. He was eager to test if his wish had indeed come true.
It works! It sure works! I have the power to turn everything I touch into gold! Oh, I'm going to be the happiest person in the world!
But the king was soon to realize how wrong he was.
Bring me my breakfast! Huh? My food is turning to gold the moment it touches my lips. Oh, never mind. Maybe I'll go out in the royal garden and pluck fruits to eat.
Very soon, King Midas realized that he would not be able to eat or drink anything. And he began to realize some important things.
I thought gold is the most valuable thing in the world. But now I understand that simple things like food and water are more valuable than gold.
Hungry and worried, King Midas wandered around the palace grounds, wondering what to do. And suddenly, Madeline came running up to her father.
Good morning, Father. How are you this morning?
And as always, the king was overjoyed to see his precious daughter.
Madeline, my darling, I don't feel so great. Come here, my dear, and give me a hug.
Madeline rushed to embrace her father, but the minute his hands touched her little shoulders, she was turned to gold.
We understand now why you're so sad. It's terrible what you're going through. We feel your pain.
We want to help you get Madeline back to normal.
Too late for that now. The wizard had warned me that it would be very difficult to reverse the wish.
Difficult, but not impossible. Say that tears that come from a genuinely sorry heart have the power to melt even something as hard as stone. See for yourself.
I get it. I get what ChuChu is trying to say. You need to go back to the wizard, King Midas, and show him how genuinely sorry you are. And his heart will surely melt, and he'll reverse the wish.
You think so?
Yes, we do! Let's go!
And so, King Midas stood before the wizard and told him how sorry he was for being greedy. And sure enough, the wizard's heart melted.
I can see that you have realized your mistake and that you are deeply sorry. I will reverse the wish, and everything at your palace will return to normal.
And with a powerful flash of magic, the wizard reversed the wish.
Thank you, wizard. I promise you I will never be greedy again.
And so everything returned to normal at King Midas's palace. And the king made a decision that from now on he would use his gold for the good of others.
King Midas, Madeline, I think we've got to get going now.
ChuChu, Cha-Cha, Chiku, and Chica, I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for my father and me.
I'm very grateful for your help, dear children. Do come back again to visit us.
We surely will. Goodbye.
And this is how King Midas's story had a happy ending.
That was fun. Now to our next adventure in Fairy Tale Land.
If you want to go on another magical ride with ChuChu and friends, say Chi, Chu, Cha.